What is this irrational fear that's going on concerning the coronavirus? You see, white people are being very fearful. Black people are not in that much of a fear of the coronavirus. In Africa, as of today, which is March the 17th, coronavirus did not even touch Africa except for the people that traveled there from Italy or France. They brought the coronavirus there, but the Africans are hardly even touched. Maybe a handful of black people have it. Out of that handful, none of them died or will die. Where's that fear white people have? It's in their DNA because the plague during what was called the Dark Ages was dark for the Caucasians, where half of the population died. But guess who saved them? Black people, called the Moors at the time. But they saved them. They say in his history book, they say the Arabs. They don't want to give credit to the black. They said the Arabs taught them sanitation. They wouldn't say black people for anything or the Moors. Not many of them, maybe some would be honest. So they had this fear that's in their DNA what was to wipe them out. Even in the United States here they had a plague, and black people saved them. White female nursed them to health. Black people always saving them. But this time, any black person who want to save them will perish with them. That's why they say to separate. This is to teach you to separate. And you be a fool. You see them coming down with disease, virus. I never seen so much fear and panic where they shutting down cities, calling for a national emergency, shutting down whole countries, Spain and France and Italy, shutting the country down, the borders. This is telling you to separate from them and be not partakers of their sins or of their plague. You still want to rush out to marry those things. Oh my goodness, this is no hate. I'm not talking hate. This is the truth. And the Bible looks like all the enemies of Israel were black nations. The Canaanites, the Egyptians. Well, they weren't called Egyptians at that time. They were Mizraim, 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 the child of Ham, and the Canaan was of Ham. Ham means really heat. And they want to embarrass that name by calling part of the pig ham. Talking about ham hocks. That's an embarrassment. Name the pig ham hocks. Ham mean heat. And that's of the sun. Where do you get heat from? Only place you get heat from is from the sun. So that's the children of Ham. Children of the sun, Canaan, Mizraim, which they call Egypt. It was called Egypt after they came and gypped the people of their culture, of their religion, Hitting him a biff in the head, taking the knowledge. If they hit somebody in the head, it was somebody different from them that didn't want to give them the knowledge. It wasn't of them. Why would they have to hit him? So they went to the priests, get the knowledge from the northeast corner of Africa. And all of this now fear and fear mongering. And only a few thousand, let's say, a few thousand people died over this coronavirus. And there's 8 billion people in the world. So they fearing what they think will happen. The same fear that they had, similar, but not this great, that they had in the year 2000, where they think everything will be shut down. Now, in my 80 years, I've never seen so much panic as today. The countries have been shut down, never. I was just a kid during World War II. I was just like a toddler, really, almost a toddler or a little small child. And I remember the blackout, but no panic that I seen that today. Something is up. I mean, clubs, the baseball stopped. Anytime baseball stopped playing, they even play sometime in the rain. And of course, they have rain out, but basketball stopped. All the sports, the big sports, and that's where they get their money. They shut it down. That something's up. It's not what's happening so far, but they fear that's coming upon them. To separate from them. And at the same time, you hear the call for the black diaspora to go back to Africa. Every day I hear that call, begging us. And what caused them to beg us like is the ancestors. It's from the Most High that caused them to ask us to come back, warning us and making us feel welcome. Of course, they have some renegades. They always have some turncoats that do what's evil and going against the grain. There's going to be a few of them. They have to ignore them. So something strange is going on. Black people are now more and more going to Africa. And more the European countries now shutting their borders. Shut it down. Fear not. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. Now, in this Bible, things are going to turn against them. I was reading the chapters in Exodus, and it is funny when I'm reading Exodus. Chapter 15, it says, Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Lord, and spake, saying, I will sing unto the Lord, for he has triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. The Lord is my strength and song, and he is become my salvation. He is my God, and I will prepare him an habitation, my father's God, and I will exhort him. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. I thought his name was I am. But it says the Lord is his name. The Lord is a man of war. What is our God that's a warrior for us? He rule. He rule. the son of Osed and Asa. He ruled. And also back unto Ogun and Shango, the Yoruba religion. Shango and Ogun is on our side fighting for us now. And what it says complete. Pharaoh's chariot and his hosts has he cast into the sea. His chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea. See, that part of the Bible is always against the Egyptian who is black. I mean, like I said, they changed the name, calling them Egyptians when they were Mizrahims. Name Egyptian didn't come until much, much later after the Persians and the rest of the Caucasian people came down from the north. They came down from the north. They was in the mountain, the Caucasus mountain, where they was banished. And some books say it may have been Krishna. Hindu books explain, the Bhagavad Gita explain which god went out, they called them the god. They were black. It had to be a black god from India who went up to the Caucasus mountain to teach the Caucasians war, how to conquer. And all of a sudden they came down after being in the Caucasus mountain, living a horrible life as cavemen and cave women. The males all of a sudden came down and conquer India. It might have been Krishna. I'm not certain who it is. They say Christ might have been Krishna. Taught them in India. Black used to be black people in India. Just black. There used to be no half white person like you see now in India. No, they were black Dravidians. And they chased every time they chased us to the south, coming from the north, chasing us to the south. That explains the south is up, north is down. And the whites come from the north. Even in India, you see all the blackest of the people, you see where they go, south, like in Maghrez. I was there. And when I went there, it looked like Africans to me. Even their style, the culture, the way they carry things on their head in Maghrez. Madras. I may be pronouncing it wrong. I was there in Maghrez when I traveled. I was in Israel in the Reeling War. And even in Egypt. I went to Egypt and I went from Egypt to where the Nubians are, Abu Simbel. This was years and years and years ago, 40 years ago, when I used to do a lot of traveling. And who is in the south of Egypt? Were Nubians. And in the United States, where the most black people live, the majority in the south still. Mhm. And Africa itself, black people are south of the Sahara. They say sub-Sahara, but it's not sub-sub. Sub-Sahara is the north. But they're in the south of the Sahara. There's And south of the equator, the magnetic needle go from what? From right to left. The north of the equator, the magnetic needle go from left to right as the whites made the clock go. So, like I said, the story of the Bible is against black people. Israel fought against black people. And the whole system is set up to be against us. The people who rewrote this book, Masonic order, commissioned by King James, who also was made a Mason, speculative Mason. They wrote this book, and the stories they tell is against black people. All you look up all of the different people, Hivites, and uh, different Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Egyptians, black people. Okay, that Israelites were against their God, fought against.